So this last question is, how have you grown, both as individuals and as a couple, traveling the world for almost a year now?
Well, we've been considering doing a seminar called the 365-day relationship cure. If you're having any problems in your relationship, this is either going to make you or break you. You're either going to work it out on board some train or ferry or bus and get together, or you're just going to blow up. Because when you travel together for a long period of time, you're in the same room, the same cabin, the same boat for so long that you get to know things about the other person you don't even want to know, you didn't know existed. You know, you hear them snoring, you hear them talking in their sleep, whatever it happens to be. All of your fears and anxieties, all of your idiosyncrasies, everything comes out. So on the one hand, it's really incredible for a relationship, because even though we've been married 10 years, we feel like we've been married 20 now, because this year of concentrated time together is probably equivalent to what an average marriage couple, a married couple, enjoys together over the course of a decade. I mean, we've had so much real time and so many incredible experiences to share that it just really bumps up your relationship.
And I think I discovered some things about me was that I really like to record events. And the last time I kept a diary was when I was in 5th and 6th, 7th and 8th grade. So it's been a few years since I've written my life out, and I've really enjoyed doing my blog on artbymimi.net. That was my blog. And I have a few drawings on there from this year, but I just liked talking about my experiences. I am not recording, oh, we went there and there and there and there necessarily, but it might be one little experience that we had that was meaningful to me or to us, but and I think I discovered I really enjoy that, and I also realized I really like things in order when I'm a little bit nervous. So, you know, it's like everything has to be very orderly, which drove Don nuts, who likes things, oh, let's just give it a try. So, but you know, you just find, especially as you're a little bit more pushed, the things that are really important to you. So, anyway, really looking forward to going home and just like being in familiar territory. So yeah, that was, you know, just finding what your limits are on things and how to express that, and because you don't normally meet those things in life, just sitting at home, you know.
You know, one other thing that I'm surprised that I learned was, I thought I would come away with this real, this global perspective, you know, about the world and about philanthropy and about, you know, kind of the things that you expect to learn from being a traveler. And I thought my heart would go out to all the poor people and this kind of stuff, and that I would somehow be galvanized to do philanthropy. In fact, we had set aside some money, prepared to do some philanthropy along the way. And one thing that has surprised me is there were 2 or 3 instances where we tried to get involved in some things that, as we got into them in a helping way, we determined that that it wasn't a good thing. And so I've kind of reevaluated some of my views on philanthropy and on global aid and that sort of thing. Haven't completely made up my mind on it. I think there's a place for it, but I think that a lot of these developing countries, more than needing our money, they need to be supported in their own endeavors on what they're trying to do. And if we make ourselves available to them, and say, what is it that you are doing to make yourself the way you want to be, then let's get behind you and help you. It's sort of like if you're raising children, you give them too many privileges, too much wealth, too much prosperity, then they don't ever have to grow up, and they end up being slothful kind of human beings. When you make them work and save and develop their own ideas, then they become more solid individuals. And I think there's a lot of small countries out there that need to be given more of that adolescent tough love that says, hey, when you figured out what you want to do, you come back and tell us what your plan is, and we'll get behind you on what you're trying to do, rather than us going in there trying to tell them how they can be successful like us, because they're not us. They're very different. Each country is so unique in its own right. So that's something I'm still looking forward to, knowing how to be involved and how exactly I can use some of our resources to help people in developing countries, but it's going to be different than the way I expected.
Interesting.
I think we really appreciated living in America.
Oh, very much
I mean, we
so.
always did that, being that we both were raised missionary kids and coming into the United States at an older age. So we always knew what could be on the other side of the world. But I think it's a good reminder of you go to a country and you see them poor but yet happy. Gee,
Oh, yeah,
what
that's
a new
another thing.
concept. You know, we have a lot of wealthy people in the United States that aren't happy because they don't have what maybe the wealthier person has. So we saw a lot more contentment, and but yet it still reminded us all of our freedoms that we have. Nobody, will censor anything we say in America. We have freedom of religion, we have so many rights, and it's like we live in a wonderful country. There might be one or two countries that might be a little better than ours, maybe, but you can't get much better than America. And, I think that's a good message to take back, to our own people, to say, hey, you have no idea what it's like to live in a country where, you have no internet and, all these things. Like, your electricity will be on all day, today, unlike most major cities in Africa. They don't have electricity every day.
Right.
But we just take it for granted. And, it's a really wonderful place. And the world looks to America to see how they behave. So what message are we giving them?
Very
I think
interesting.
we've learned that even in just the 2 months that we've traveled, we
sure.
appreciate just the things we took for granted back in the States. And now that we're not there for, months on end, we can really, really see what they are and miss them when we travel. And know what to expect when we get back. It's just great. So we want to thank you again for taking the time to interview. It's been a pleasure that we've only spent several days with this wonderful couple, but once again,
It's been awesome.
You can find Dawn on, what's your website?
TheDailyPoem.org.
And Mimi?
artbymimi.net.
All right.
Fantastic.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. It's been great. Awesome.
Thanks.